Give me the background on Little Watts and Hawthorne.
Oh, yeah, Little Watts. Okay, around 147th and Lee Moly and all around there. So I had a homeboy named Bebe. Okay, Bebe, his name is James Washington. He's one of the Country Brothers' cousins. We had a group of homeboys called Country Brothers. They came out here from wherever they came from. I don't even know how many of them it was. Okay, I know Lee and Earl. And see, but there's some older ones. See, that's Little Slauson's age. And some that's the flip. See, up under, see, I ain't mentioned all the cliques from Slauson yet. Yeah, see, and it's different ages, you know. And either his aunt or his mother moved from Watts, because they used to live in Watts too. And they moved to Hawthorne, but he was from down here. And he was from the Flips, in the Flips age group. Yeah, okay, he went to Reese with his baby. Okay, now here's how I found out about Little Watts. I'm working CYGS, Community Youth Gang Services. Mary Ann, she's a Mexican chick. She's from Los Compadres, Hawthorne. So one time she told me she was at Eucalyptus Park, and she said she seen this black dude, an older dude, and he was like a wino and stuff, and they were talking, and he said he's the one that started Little Watts. Okay, and everything, and she said he mentioned that he was a Slauson. You know, I said, oh yeah. And so she said, okay. And so about a month and a half went by, and she came in one day. She said, oh, I seen that dude. He's at the park. So I went to the park. And so it's about 20 Chicanos up there, and this one black dude. And he's sitting on the bench, and he's drinking wine. And I hear his voice. And I said, damn, that voice is familiar. And so I walk up to him, and he's all drunk and stuff. I said, man, what's happening, brother? So, all right. He had a little kind of it's not squeaky, but it's kind of soft, but it has a ring to it. And he had, in his eyes, he had certain kind of eyes. He had like gray circles around his eyes, light brown eyes. And I said, man, what's happening? I said, you don't know me, huh? He said, I don't know. I said, in 1959, what school did you go to? He said, I went to Reese. I said, oh, yeah? I said, I hear you from Little Watts. He said, no, I started Little Watts. I ain't from Little Watts. Where you from? He said, I'm a Slauson. I said, well, if you were a Slauson and you went to Reese, who else went there? Like that. And so we're talking, and he finally comes, I mentioned a couple of names. He said, Bird? I said, yeah. I said, you baby, huh? He said, yeah. And then I asked him, well, where do you get this Little Watts from? He said, well, what happened was he had down here, then he went to his aunt's or his mother's house. And she had just moved to Hawthorne. And when he went there, and this is in the 60s, the first of the 60s, because I had saw in 68, I'm in the county jail, and I seen Little Watts wrote in the county jail, and I kind of laughed at it. But because it was Chicanos that I saw, you know. And so he said, well, I went to my mother's house, or aunt, whatever. I forgot which one it was. And he said it wasn't no sidewalks. And it reminded him of when he lived in Watts. And he called it Little Watts. See, if you go, I can take you in Hawthorne right now and show you where they ain't got no sidewalks. See, when I was growing up, there was certain places that didn't have sidewalks in Watts, and when it rained, it was always muddy. See, because they used to call Watts, I mean, the name of the place is Watts, but the blacks called it Mud Town in the 40s and stuff like that, see, and everything, because, like, my family still lived there, but I came up here, see. And my other uncle, Thad, and them, they lived on 75th, 1208 East 75th Street. See, but I was always in Watts. And I think that's one of the reasons the Watts dudes didn't like me, because they remember seeing me in Watts, and they remember me going to Compton Avenue, and remember me going to 109th. But I was always in. My other aunt lived 102nd and Wadsworth. See, and I had 5 sets of families in Circle City, Pyroot. See, a dude at Reese one time named Thomas Adams came up to me. He's from Watts. He said, yeah, Bird. So you know what, man? He said, you a cool head. He said, man, why don't you cut them Slausons loose, man? Come on over here to Watts. I said, well, they don't like me, man. He said, well, then forget them and me and you will just hang out. I looked at him, I laughed at him, like shit. Yeah, but see, some of them dudes were real cool. See, the reason why we stayed into it with Watts all the time is because of certain individuals. It wasn't everybody from Watts. Man, they had a dude named Lee Floyd Sampson from the Huns. Oh man, he was beautiful with his hands. He was like he was conducting an orchestra, with his hands, and stuff. Yeah, he was really he whooped Warren Statton from the D'Artagnans. Okay, and the cage at Reese, like Kumasi said, when he left Reese and he went to San Quentin, he said San Quentin was set up just like Reese, where the gym is at Reese and the cage is right here, and you walk through the gate and walk out on the yard. He said it was the same. Everybody had talked about San Quentin this and San Quentin, and then he looked up. He said, "Man, he seen all the same people he seen at Reese." So, and everybody had a circle. Watts had the biggest circle. See, and everything. He says to say. He said, "Well, damn, Reese prepared me for San Quentin." See. Okay, and see, everybody at Reese, like I said, it was 450, and everybody was probation parole. When I come there, okay, it was I was 16, okay, and them dudes, they had dudes up there 20 years old, man, they ain't even left school yet. I said, damn, Floyd Sally was the great big old tall dude, and Big John Moe dude from the D'Artagnans. Oh man, and so the first, I didn't even get to the school good, and Carl McDaniels from the Huns. Okay, he bumped me on the sidewalk, and it had rained or something, or somebody watered the day before, and there was some mud, but I didn't step in it. So I looked at him and said, "Yeah, all right, Jack." I said, my mother said, "Well, go over there and get to school where you can come back to Fremont. I'm gonna be a nice guy, And then I get up there, so I'm sitting up in my classroom, Mr. Allen's class, math. My homeboy Curly comes up in the room and said, "Man," I said, "What's happening?" He said, "Watch niggas are talking that stuff." I said, "What? Talk about you a punk and everything that Carl pushed you off the side." He didn't push me off the sidewalk. He bumped into me, and it probably was on purpose. And he said, "You scared?" and all that. Now, this was really what this was. When I think he was even in on it. And so I didn't say nothing. So he leaves. He come back again. And so that's when Mr. Allen said, "Son, if you leave, I'm going to give you an F for today." I said, "Well, yeah, all right." Then Curry leaves, and he comes back the third time. I told Mr. Allen to write the F down, man. And I go downstairs, and everybody's out on right between the cage and the what you call it, the canteen line. Okay. And Carl McDaniel, okay, I'm 5'9", 135. Okay, Carl McDaniels was weighing about 180 or something. And he might have been a little taller than me. He's supposed to be vice president of the Huns. And so we get out there, and he said, "Yes, Lawson." I think this was like an initiation into Reach, He said, "Yes, Lawson, yeah, this is the Huns, and I heard you don't like Huns." I said, "Yeah, that's right." And, just like that. He went to get off on me. And when he went to get off on me, I said, and I ran 3 sets of threes on him, though, So I hit him, boom, bam. About a week later, Kumasi said he seen the fleet line go by with these dudes, but he didn't know who they was at first. And so they had went and parked, and some dudes come up the street, and I hear somebody say, "Man, here come Little Henry." Man, this dude is walking. Okay, I'm 5'9". Little Henry Sanders was about 5'7". He's leader of the Huns. I ain't never seen him before in my life. I heard about him. But I seen Little Walter and all them dudes, called Little Willie and them out, And I see this dude, oh man, this dude got strolled, man. He's strolling, he's about this wide and shit. I had on this wristband. The last little beige color wristband that you have to slip when you got a sore wrist or something. Okay, and I had wrote on it, "Bird." Slauson. I had skull and crossbones, consaphos, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, see, I'm right-handed. But see, if you're right-handed, you wear your watch on your left side because the thing. Okay, but, from throwing punches and jabbing and stuff like that, and you have a watch on, and I was always getting scratched, so I put it on my right hand. So people thought I was left-handed. But actually, I'm right-handed, but I'm semi-even-handed. Little Henry and them come walking up, and so, and they're walking up. So I'm getting ready to put my hand behind my back. where they can't see my thing, knowing, and I got C. Carl McDaniels with him, So he said, yeah, man, who's this supposed to be from Slauson? All them Slausons jumped on Carl. And somebody named Bird, who's Bird? And I was getting ready to hide it. And somebody said, that's him right there, because they had just seen it. And I said, yeah, I'm Bird. I was going to hide it at first. I said, you ain't going to whoop me out there. And I said, yeah, I'm Bird, Warlords, Baby Slauson. See, just like that. He said, yeah, I heard you and your boys jumped on my boy. And that's when William Dent from Huns said, hey, Henry. He said, ain't nobody jumped on Carl. He said, he jumped, him and Carl. Carl started the fight. He got into a car. Little Henry looked Carl up and down and looked at me like, you brought me up here for this? And he looked at me like he was going to take him home and whip him. Big old nigga let me whip him, see. And then it was on. But what I think it is that because I used to live in Watts and I was always in Watts, it was like I was some type of traitor. See, I left Watts when I was 7 years old. I wouldn't know nothing. See, I didn't owe Watts anything. See, and then when they come to Edison and them 3 bus loads and they trashing the neighborhood. See, people don't understand what a neighborhood and a community is. See, this right here, Florence Firestone, this is a community. It was full of white folks. When I moved on the street, I was 7 years old. I didn't have no brothers, no sisters, and no black kids to play with. I played with Jerry Camaranda and John Morales. Jerry Camaranda lived in the back of us, and I grew up with Mexicans, a lot of Mexicans. See, in the house with them and everything. I was eating quesadillas a la parrilla, when I was 7 and 8 years old. That's a quesadilla, a regular quesadilla off the grill, off the stove, And said because Trini, his mother, used to make it for me. In fact, Trini, his mother, is my godmother, and his stepfather is named Mariano Urbian. Okay, and he's from the Philippines. See, so I was around Mexicans basically all my life, all of my life, and so I was like in the middle of a situation. I'm a Slauson, see, and I'm black. A dude from Ochentas told me one time, yeah, Bird, he said, you a cool head. I said, why you say that? He said, well, you hang around Chicanos, you speak Chicanos, you got Chicano girlfriend, but you don't try to act like no Chicano. I said, that's because I'm black, man. He said, but I know black dudes that try to act like Chicanos. I said, well, I know Mexicans that Chicanos that act black. I said, by the way, why they call you Spook anyway? And everybody laughed at him, See, and I had some black people tell me, yeah, you a black Mexican and you this, that, and the other. See, and my question is this, for all you black people. What is black and how black is black? I had homeboys like Ernest Singleton. When he smiled, he turned red because he was damn near white. Okay, and the sister Johnny and the older sister, you would swear before play the neck bones at a Saturday night fish fry that they was white, but they were from Alabama. Okay, and they have white, but they're black, and you bet not call Singleton a white boy or nothing like that. And I know a bunch of them like that. So just because you're dark skinned and you call yourself black does not mean you're black. Because you wear dashiki, you wear kufi, you wear beret, and that don't make you black. See, that makes you a Negro or an Afro-American or whatever. That does not make you black. See, black is up in here. And I've had that all of my life. See, damn near everybody from the South is black, have some Native American in them. I just got to telling you, I used to go to the reservation when my Uncle Clarence lived in Lawton, Oklahoma. I can go in there and get the Bible and get a book and show. So right now, I've been telling my sons I got to go to Oklahoma because there's property in Oklahoma that my grandfather sold it. It wasn't his property. It was the grandmother's, and she's Cherokee Indian. See, so I got some Indian, but I don't want to tell nobody I'm Geronimo and I'm in India. I know it, and most blacks got some Native American in them. But I'm black, see, and everything. I've always been black. See, and all them people that was always talking that stuff, and saying I got in a fight with a lot of Chicanos because I had Mexican girlfriends and such, and they start pinching my terra and all of that kind of stuff, see, and everything. That one time on 7th and Hill, we on the way to City College, me and my girlfriend, we get off the bus right in front of the Warner Theater. I did mention Warner. And now it's a jewelry store on 7th and Hill. And this Mexican dude is getting on the bus. Okay, and he's loaded. He's walking. It's all old ladies, and white old ladies, and Spanish old ladies, and some Asian old ladies. The only other black person on the bus was the bus driver. Okay, I'm sitting back in the back, just before we get ready to go out the back door. And this Mexican dude, he's going down the aisle looking at everybody, but they're old people. Then he sees me and Anna. Okay, and he calls a pinche malletera, blah, 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 and such and so on. And I told him, I said, you know what, man, this ain't none of your business. Her mother ain't said nothing, her father ain't said nothing. This ain't none of your business. And he called me a nigger and blah, 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 blah. So we were getting off the bus right there. And so we get off the bus and see, and so he's still talking stuff. You know how the back door you go off. You have to step down in the little stairwell. Mm-hmm. And so I'm outside. I said, well, come on off the bus, Jack. And so he's holding on to the thing. And so I said, I know what this fool's going to do. See, I failed to tell you something about me and this thing that's inside the skull. See, strategy. And see, I always paid attention. And see, I said, let me see what this fool is going to do. I said, I know what he's going to do. I stood just close enough for him to kick me because he got his hands on the thing. And I timed him. When he kicked me, I reached to grab for his ankle, but I missed his ankle and got the back of his shoe. And his shoe came off. But guess what? The dude just had bought brand new shoes and left the other ones at the shoe store. Okay, when the shoe comes off, his eyes do like this. He said, hey, man, let me have my shoe. So I took my foot and kicked the shoe farther down. And I stepped back. He come out. When he stood up, I said, whoa, shit, this sucker bigger than what I thought it was. And everything. And I told you about our girls. I didn't tell you about it when we went to the pyramid. See, all the women that we were always around, we always told them one thing. If something goes down, if you see a chump pull a knife or a chump pull something, don't scream. Speak. Say, watch the knife. He got a knife. Watch the knife. Or this, like, talk to me. But if you scream, I'm gonna, like that, and you get thrown off. And so when the dude steps down off the bus, I see how tall he is and everything. And all them old ladies, man. These is old ladies, man. But you know what they said? What? The bus driver cut the bus off, and everybody came up. They said, "Kick his ass," because he was just very disrespectful. Mm-hmm. See, and I stepped back and I looked at the dude, and I'm looking at him, and I fired, "Pow!" And when I hit him, and he had one of them beaks on him too. It busted his nose and his mouth, and he grabbed his face, but he fell backward, and his head hit the cement. Okay, and that's when the old lady was trying to kick his ass. I didn't kick him at all. I spit on him.